What is up, everybody? Welcome to Fairway Media's coverage of Round 2, Part 1 of the Odus Memorial Spring Open, the first event of this year's PAC-X Cup. I'm Max Spears, and I am joined here today by John Anderson, who is the tournament director for this tournament, as well as the director of the PAC-X Cup. What's up, John?
Hey, Max. Thank you. Today we're playing the second round of the Odus Spring Memorial at Delphi Golf Course, and it's the opener for the PAC-X Cup for 2024. Today on today's card is Ahrens, Jeremy Marsh, Garber, and John Babb. Both Jeremy Marsh and John Babb I consider locals. They've played in Olympia for the past 4 or 5 years, and great players.
Yeah, they're both great players, and John keeps his local status, even though I think he is the person who traveled the furthest for this tournament. He has since moved to Oklahoma. So we see Carter with a pretty nice shot there. Looked like it skipped up over the berm. That should work pretty well for him.
Next up is Mr. Marsh, a former college tennis player, and you definitely see his athleticism when he drives.
Yeah, I think if Jeremy is really in control of his angles, he's not the hardest thrower, but he can throw plenty far, and he just knows how to set the disc up right to fly where he wants it to go.
Now on the box is Dallas
Garber. John, how old is Dallas? 15, I think?
I think it's 15 or 16. He's definitely a young gun that knows how to play. I turned it over just a little bit. He'll still be able to save a 3 there.
Here we've got John Babb coming all the way from Oklahoma. Like John was saying, he is a local to this area, played these courses a lot. John has a ton of spin on the disc. He can throw very far. He has a very spinny, direct putt. Good player, fun to watch. It'll be fun to watch him today.
Let's go, Babb.
All right, looks like 3 of them got to C1.
Thank you.
Have good chances on putting in for a bird.
Here we've got Dallas. Pretty nice bid from him. I mean, this is all of 70 feet, probably outside of circle 2 for him, as Jeremy got to pin high, left side, 45 feet here.
Great start. Great putt by Jeremy Marsh.
Yeah, that's a beauty. Right on the stripe. Stand and delivered, no jump required. This is really nice by Carter. Gets himself into a good position.
Little high. It's all right. The best misses are a little high, but they're still misses.
Yeah, you know he wants it, but it's a confident bid. As John Babb delivers a beautiful birdie there. Dallas will look to clean up for par. Birdies are nice on this hole, but par doesn't feel too bad.
No. Definitely a bonus birdie for most folks, but on this card, you feel like you're losing a stroke if you don't get it.
Yeah, you know Carter's feeling disappointed having second closest drive there, but he'll go on to battle on the rest of these holes as we move into hole 2, par 3, 250 feet. Plays uphill, so it does play a little bit further than 250. Here we see Jeremy opting for the turnover backhand shot. goes a little bit long. There is OB on the right side, marked by those stakes, as well as OB cart path on the left.
And here's that forehand. John Babb just puts it a little bit further than the pin, but great chance at a birdie there.
Yeah, that's a nice shot by him. Committed, good skip, just pushes a little long. Let's see if Carter can dial in the speed here. Couldn't see that one exactly, but looked to be pretty good.
Good forehand by Dallas Garber. All right, Jeremy Marsh is putting. Maybe from 40 feet. See if he can do a repeat. Oh. A little short.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be an exact replay of what we just saw in hole 1.
Good putt by Carter. When I first came out to this property and started walking the first 6 holes on this course pretty much designed themselves as far as where they kind of had to go. But hole 1 had to be in those big trees, and hole 2, oh, whoa, a little long by Mr. John Babb.
Yeah, he's going to suffer the birdogey there.
Yeah, need to hit some metal there, Mr. Babb.
Yeah, he's got to catch something. Yeah, these first 6 holes are pretty special. You can see what you're talking about, John, where like the shapes just kind of jump out at you, the way that these fairways shape and just the way the land is. As we move on to hole 3 here, first par 4, 560 feet.
Did you see it?
Looked like Carter turned that over a little too much, as our players are going to want to travel as far as they can straight before hyzering off to the left. They've got 2 bunkers and a golf green in between to contend with, as well as out of bounds to the right. That's a heartbreaker for Dallas. Here we see Jeremy with a really nice move. Disc never gets past flat. Yeah, that's primo right there.
Great opening to hit. Mr. Babb and his super spins. Yeah, that's sitting pretty too. Like, that last tree is either, yeah, you got to get inside of it, or you got to throw really far, really far to get around it.
Yeah, it takes big distance like Dallas had. He just didn't quite swing enough and got caught up in that bunker, but it's tough to swing past that tree. John and Jeremy do a good job getting in front of it. Carter looks like he crushed his drive. That is far to get back in that right corner of the fairway.
I've never seen anyone back there, but yep.
These bunkers do play out of bounds. I know some bunkers play as hazard. These are out of bounds, so you see Dallas here taking it where his disc went out, throwing a nice forehand. That should be pretty easy work for him for par.
Good approach by Mr. Babb.
Yeah, that should set him up nicely. This is Carter for birdie. Looks like he's going to have to settle for par.
And after taking the penalty stroke, Dallas gets a par.
Yeah, he threw 3 shots, but one of them was in the bunker, unfortunately. This Carter also settles for par. Jeremy pretty parked here.
Next up is
by
hole
Jeremy and John. So we move on to hole 4.
Hole 4 is 370, plays closer to 400, but if you push that cart path like Jeremy Marsh and make sure it ends left.
No.
Oh, wow, that didn't skip. Did it hit a branch I didn't see?
It looked like it clipped a little bit of a branch and didn't keep the spin rate that it had. I think if it doesn't hit anything, it probably finds its way back in bounds.
John Babb plays it nice and safe.
That was very unfortunate for Jeremy. The way that shot looked, I thought it was going to slide back in.
Carter throws it nice and low on a line drive, but probably puts it within 25.
Yeah, that's a beautiful shot from Carter. Makes the correction off of Jeremy's, doesn't let it flip. Pushing hyzer the whole way. Really nice shot by him.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Cranked over here from Dallas. He's over on 3's fairway. That is out of bounds. He's going to have to take it at the bottom of the hill there, as we've got a Kyle Crabtree and Chris May sighting. Shout out to those guys. Here we've got Dallas playing from the edge of OB. Nice little forehand. Should be a pretty easy bogey cleanup for him.
Maybe Jeremy can save a par here after going OB. Oh,
Shit, that's a
Yeah, dude. Great putt.
goodness.
That's a great putt. That's 2 big ones in 4 holes for Jeremy. Hole 1 and hole 4. Nice long putts right on the stripe. This hole did play more difficult here in round 2, averaging 2.98, almost exactly par. About 0.2 strokes harder today than it was yesterday.
Wow.
Great
So
putt.
see,
Great putt.
yeah, great stepper from Mr. Babb there.
He puts a lot of speed on those putts, but if they're hitting the middle, they're hitting the middle.
Yeah, he told me he's been working on a little bit of a flatter putt this year. Looks really clean coming out of his hand. Oh,
Oh, that tumbled out. That's unfortunate.
yeah, that's maybe a touch high, but a putt that's good enough to stick. Dallas, that was for bogey. He will have to settle for a double. As Carter has just outside a tap-in range putt here.
There it is for his birdie. In my mind, I mean, in this hole is kind of a bonus birdie. For this field, like, yeah, you're going for it, but it's okay to get a par.
Absolutely. You want to get 2 to 3 of the first 5. If you could get 4 of 6, that would be ideal. But you don't have to get all of these first ones. You just got to get off to a good start. As we move on to one of the toughest here of these first 5. Hole 5, par 3, 460 feet. OB right on the cart path. OB pond left. OB bunker and golf green straight. OB long over the fence too, if you feel like you can throw over top of these trees or have an errant approach. So you see a great shot from Garber.
Got on that one. There's room over to the right there, but oh, not sure what it hit there.
Yeah, that looked like a tough break for Dallas. There is a lot of room. It opens up quite a bit on the right, like you were saying, John. You can't quite find this one in. As Jeremy throws a nice approach, should be able to give himself a nice looking par. Oh, I see. Ended up on the green.
Yeah, that was mostly an approach putt. It's probably over 100 foot. Not a real good chance to going in, but
Oh,
John Babb with
great.
another 50-mile-an-hour putt.
Yeah, I was just going to say, great pace on that putt from John. As Carter gets a nice birdie, sitting there about 25 feet, pin high. That's a great shot by him.
There it is. Keep it in there.
Yeah, nicely done by Jeremy. Plays for the easy par.
Dallas is in. Next hole is hole 6. It's a very fun par 3. You got to throw an Anheuser as a right-hand backhand player the whole way and right. Lots of power, and it takes a lot of touch to get it there. That's up there. I found out what John Babb threw after he made his putt. Any guesses, Max?
Knowing him, I'm going to say like a meteor or a wasp or something.
Why would you guess a meteor? A speed 5? Yeah, he threw a meteor. And he threw it well over 400 feet.
I knew it was something crazy by him. I've seen him throw a roach at Woodland Creek hole 1 and park the long position, which is well over 400 feet. John puts a ton of spin on the disc when he throws it.
All of them have a decent shot at birdie. Dallas is probably a little in the C2 range. Great attempt.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to like it, but that was a pretty good bid from him. He was well into circle 2.
Little right.
Carter's a little off. Yeah, look at these drives.
Yeah. When I grow up, I'm going to put my meteor right there on that hole.
Yeah, I think most players are throwing something a little bit faster than speed 5 on this hole. Maybe not Carter, but most other players. Great holes there by Jeremy and John. This is such a fun one to park. Good job on them as we move into hole 7, our second par 4 of the day. 490 feet, uphill, plays a little bit longer. The ideal shot is a left to right moving shot off the tee that will set you up into what is essentially the main gap to approach the basket. There are other gaps if you push straight, but there is OB left. It makes for a pretty fun tee shot. You can throw some different things, roller, turnover, backhand. So we see a roller out of Jeremy here. We throw a big forehand.
Yeah. Peanut butter? Give me some jelly!
Yeah. Great roller by Jeremy. He's going to have an attempt at eagle.
Yeah, he is a great roller player. He may be arguably the best roller player in Western Washington, as he claims for himself.
Mushed. using the whole right side of the fairway, but that disc is moving.
Yeah, that was huge by Carter. Dallas with another nice shot. A lot of good drives here on this hole.
Dallas is up first.
Yeah, if he's furthest away, they all have thrown a really nice drive.
And it's in.
Oh,
Probably an 80-foot putt.
Oh man, that's a nice way to get back that double bogey from earlier. Just absolutely stripes it for eagle. John, a little bit left. He'll have to settle for birdie.
See what Jeremy can do. Wants it. Little left.
Yeah, that's a nice bid by him. Great drive. Carter.
No. Little high.
Almost.
So on this hole, the person that was furthest away gets the 2.
Yeah, that's great to see. Shout out to Dion Arlen, Kirby Snyder, and Little Matteo Condalucci. There were 4 eagles on the day. Those are the other fellas who got it. Making this whole score pretty easy. 3.21, almost 0.8 under par. Players doing pretty well here on hole 7.
It is the easiest par 4 on the course. But when you have these types of players playing on it, yeah, you're going to have shots at 2 a lot.
And still had a 20% par and 5% bogey, so hole fighting back a little bit there. So we've got Dallas throwing a hyzer. Looked a little short, maybe got somewhat injured there, it sounded like, on the tee. This is a pretty straightforward par 3. 330 feet, hyzer shot from right to left. There's a little mound with some bushes on it that you have to navigate that is almost exactly pin high. There's a tree right next to that you have to go in front of or behind. Pretty fun hole to play. You can bury one into the fence on the left side of the green, and that usually sets you up with a nice putt.
Jeremy going the low route. That's looking all right. Probably a little left.
Yeah, that looked pretty good out of Jeremy. Flat, penetrating. Carter's going for the higher line. I think this one's traveling a little bit long. So we'll have John Babb, short left, first up.
A little low on that attempt.
A great pace from him again. Jeremy just a little bit short here, just outside the circle.
Yeah, that didn't look too hot out of his hand. I don't think he liked that attempt.
No, not typical for him. Must have been some sort of misrelease there. Here we have Dallas.
Dallas with the good bird.
Must not be too affected by whatever happened on the tee pad there. We've got Jeremy cleaning up after his birdie attempt.
Ooh, 10.
Oh, Carter's drive was just fine, not long at all. This would be to push his lead to 4 strokes. Which he does. Well done there. Grabbing a stroke on the card. Well, a stroke on everybody but Dallas. But most importantly, strokes on Jeremy and John, who are closest to him in the scores.
All right, next hole is hole 9, easiest hole on the course. We're gonna see some ace runs here, I'm sure, but we'll see what Dallas leads us. He's probably gonna go out off to the right, and Heisering skipping around a tree.
What a line. That's awesome.
Good shot, probably within 15 feet.
Yeah, this hole had a 67% birdie percentage. That comes out to 28 of our players birdieing this hole today.
Ooh, John Babb switching it up, doing a forehand.
Yeah, first one we've seen this weekend. This is a pretty nice shot on this hole. The forehand gap is open. John does a great job there.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
Yeah, I felt that one,
Jeremy.
and I just went way wide. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to push it.
Parked.
Our friend Jared McGlinchey helping out the crew.
Jared's always down to lend a hand to anything important to Washington Disc Golf. Great guy. Jeremy converts a nice birdie putt there.
Mr. Babb lining it up.
And as is typical of Mr. McGlinchey, you can hear him in the background. You often hear him before you see him.
There it is.
Yeah, nice delivery by John.
It's a little bit more
Dallas is here. Carter must have a drop in.
We got a star frame.
Nice putt, Carter.
Woo! There's Jared.
Like 3 years ago.
And there's our tournament director, John Anderson.
Yep, picking up some trash.
Big shout out to John for having a great tournament. John's one of the best tournament directors that I've ever had the pleasure of playing in a tournament with. And this was another great one, as we get to check out some highlights here at the end of part 1 of our round 2 Odus Memorial Spring Open video.
Yeah, great playing so far. Can't wait to see how it ends.
Yeah, good scores, sunny day. It'll be fun to see how this one shakes out.
And the meteor throw.
Yeah, can't forget the meteor throw. This is probably my personal favorite. Yeah, it's a beautiful shot, and it's also ridiculous in the best way.
Great shots.
I wonder what the speed difference was between Jeremy and John's discs. Alright guys, shout out again to John for being a great tournament director and for being a great co-commentator with me. I am Max Spears. Come check us out for part 2 of round 2 of the Odus Spring Memorial Open. And make sure to check out fairwaymedia.golf. All right.